On this episode of Hopeful Romantics, we'll discuss how to make every day feel like Valentine's Day. What's up, family? This is DJ and Denice Bagwell with our very first YouTube edition of Hopeful Romantics. Denice, how are you feeling?
I am feeling really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Hey, first of all, we got the merch on, the Hopeful Romantics. We'll tell you more about how to get that. But we're just excited to bring you this new podcast, this new YouTube channel that's all about finding romance, being hopeful about romance, and never giving up on romance. So we're launching on Valentine's Day, and we wanted to make a special Valentine's Day edition talking about how to make your everyday life, how to make every season, every day, every month feel like Valentine's Day.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's not just one day, people, okay? It's supposed to be throughout the year. Right? I'm excited. Sorry. I'm trying to calm down.
No worries. So we're going to give you 5 tips on how to make your everyday life feel like Valentine's Day. Now, look, if you're single, that's cool. Okay, we're giving you tips on when you get booed up. Okay, then that's when you're ready for these tips. But also, you know what? When I was single, I was learning how to be married. I was learning how to have a healthy relationship when I was single. So that way, when I got into my relationship with you, I knew what I was doing, right?
Exactly.
I wasn't trying to figure it out then. I remember meeting with mentors on how to be a husband.
You're preparing yourself. You know, you can't just go into something unprepared or in a relationship unprepared. I did the very same thing, preparing myself for a husband, doing certain things that I know that he would like. Ladies, test out some recipes.
Test them out before you get to me.
Cook. Exactly. So preparing yourself for marriage.
So, all right, well, let's kick it off with the first tip, Denice. You ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, so how do you make every day feel like Valentine's Day? Number 1 tip is schedule romance.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know that doesn't sound romantic, right, to schedule romance. But here's the thing about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a day when you know it's coming. Mm-hmm. It's a set date on the calendar. You're planning for it. You're anticipating it. And guess what? It doesn't ruin it, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So here's the thing that I know Denice and I do sometimes. We're so busy. We are busy with work projects, podcasts. We're writing books. We're pastors. We're more important than
parents
that,
of 3 kids.
Parents of 3, right? And so for us, we have to schedule the romance.
Yes.
Now, what does that?
You miss it,
right. So what does that look like to you, Denise? Scheduling romance. Like, what's one example you would say?
First of all, get a Google Calendar. Get both of yourselves on the calendar so that it can sync, and schedule dates. It sounds maybe unromantic or anything like that, but if you don't, you'll miss out. You'll find 3-4 months passed and you guys haven't gone out on one date. As you were mentioning that, we have so much on our plates, but most of all, we are parents of 3 kids, 3 busy kids. They have schedules, and so they fill our calendars with so many things. And so we have to prioritize each other. So schedule those dates and go on those dates.
So what we do sometimes is we will look out on the calendar, say, okay, I'm in town, you're in town, things are going on. Let's plan. Let's get a reservation.
Right.
Let's set the date. Let's find the babysitter.
Right.
So if you have kids like we do, you might have to find a babysitter in advance. Right. And so you have to do what you need to do to make it happen. Exactly. And guess what? Sometimes couples feel like, oh, I don't want to schedule. I want to be spontaneous. Spontaneous is for movies, not for real life if you're busy, okay? So
it's true.
I want to encourage you to schedule the romance, right? Maybe I've heard of some people, they schedule sex. Can we talk about sex on this podcast?
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Listen.
All right.
You can. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we know that there's married couples that, again, they're busy and they'll say, hey, we haven't been intimate in a while or we haven't connected that way. Maybe it's not even sex. Maybe it's just let's get together. Maybe they'll just have put on the fire.
Right.
Maybe
right.
they'll do something like they do, go to the beach and just
Right.
schedule that run, just walk together on the
Just that
beach.
intimate time with each other, because you do need that intimate time. We found out in December, we actually went on a vacation, just the two of us, in years. And we didn't realize it. And when we were on vacation, we realized, oh my goodness, we need more of this. So yes, we do schedule the dates. Yes, and do schedule time, especially when you're busy. Schedule that intimacy time, because you'll miss it. It's a time to connect with each other. Married couples. No, can we just say that? Disclaimer.
They'll be out there swerving. All right. All right, let's get to tip what?
Wait,
Yeah,
I just wanted to mention another thing though, is that if you don't schedule it, or if you don't, yes, we said it will slip, and you will find out that you're 3-4 months. But if you do schedule it, whether you're tired or not, you have a commitment. Commitment to yourself, a commitment to your partner, that on this day, I don't care if the office burns down or anything, you are my priority. And so I'm making you my priority. We're going out, whether I'm tired, whether I'm sick, whatever it is, we going out, babysitter's there, that's it.
that's a good point, Denise, because there's been times that we scheduled the romance, we scheduled a date, and we said, you know what, we just feel like going to sleep, but the babysitter was here,
Right.
so we just made it happen. Honestly, we just said we're going to do this, and we went out and we were
Right.
tired, and we maybe just went out for some snacks and
Yes.
came back home an hour later, but at least we did something, and
it's fun.
Yeah.
It really is fun.
it showed a commitment. I mean,
Right.
You're right, because even if you mess up and you don't do it, that's okay. Just get back on the horse, reschedule it, try to make it happen. But that's the thing about Valentine's Day.
Right.
You don't slip up and forget Valentine's Day. Well, some of you do, and you need to keep listening to this podcast. But most people...
Send
you
a reminder for Valentine's Day,
yeah.
okay?
But most people don't forget Valentine's Day because there's stuff all
Yes.
around. There's reminders everywhere.
Yes.
Well, then that's why we use a calendar, because you need that reminder.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Are we ready for tip number 2?
Yes.
All
I
right.
think so.
Tip number 2 are gifts are not just for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So how do you make every season, every month, every day feel like Valentine's Day? Fellas, I'm going to talk to you for a second. You might have to give a gift more often than Valentine's Day and Christmas.
Right.
Now, it doesn't have to be extravagant. I remember when we were dating, the first gift I gave you, I think, was like a dollar store balloon and a candy bar because I
Yes.
was broke.
It was gum. It was gum.
Gum, okay.
And it was. You say you were broke. It was really true.
Really
but anyway, but it was gum. But for me, it was special because I don't really like mint gum, and he bought me fruit gum, and that was really special. So
Because I paid
just
attention. See that? I paid attention.
Right. Go ahead though.
So it doesn't have to be expensive, or it could be expensive. That's the nice part too. Is imagine if you just surprise your wife or your significant other with a lavish gift, right? And so don't just make gifts be on Valentine's Day only. And Denise, we were talking one time. Some people gifts don't work for them. So
Yeah.
what's the tip you would have for someone if you're like, well, my wife or my husband or my boyfriend doesn't really like gifts? What would you tell them?
I mean, we have the 5 love languages. You know what I mean? Like, what is their love language? Acts of service. I know for you, acts of service. My husband likes to clean house. I like gifts, but he does like it. Just find out, because that alone is a gift too for them, because that's something that they love. And I want to actually dial back. You were talking to the fellas. Let me talk to the ladies.
Tell 'em,
Because
girl.
I feel that it's almost assumed that gifts only should come from men.
Speak on this. Hold on.
And so
Take your
women
time.
are always in a position where they just want to receive and not give. And not give. But, I think, talking about the 5 love language, what is his love language? Serving him in that way and it's a gift to him. I know that. Listen, I don't like cleaning and all of that, but because I know it's a gift to my husband and I know it makes him happy, especially when he goes off on long trips or anything and comes back, it's a gift. So ladies, it's okay to bless your husbands and your fiancés,
Yeah.
fiancés with a gift. That shows them that they care. Because I have this thing that it's maybe not all of you out there, but it is assumed that men is okay. You guys are human beings too. You have feelings. You want to feel special as well. So go out of your way, just to purchase that gift. I actually want to mention you did something really, really sweet just a few months ago or a month ago. is that I always mentioned that I wanted an Apple Watch. Now that's a big gift.
Yeah.
I wanted to save up, but because, I always mentioned it, I never expected it. And my husband just one day, I came in the bathroom and there was this Apple Watch. Now, it wasn't Valentine's Day, it wasn't my birthday, it wasn't Christmas, it was nothing like that. It was just special. And that really, yeah, it was, thank you, baby.
My pleasure. But you know what? I think for me, one thing I do is that I'm listening and trying to figure out like what's something that I can get that she doesn't expect. And it
Right.
might be as simple as put some gas in the car. It might be something like an Apple Watch, something big like that. But
Right.
again, one way to make every day or make your relationship feel like Valentine's Day is to just be intentional with listening to what
Exactly.
your partner wants. And again, if you're maybe dating and you're not giving big gifts like that, it might be an act of service of, hey, you know what? I know this is his favorite gum, or you know what? I made a playlist for you and I sent it to you on Spotify. This is our favorite songs we like to listen to. So it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't have to be really intense like a new watch or a new bag or handbag, right? If you're
Right.
dating and maybe you're
Right.
not there at that level yet. But what we want to say is I think you have to be intentional about
Yes.
giving gifts. And you
It's the
mentioned
thought behind it,
Yeah.
just the fact that your partner knows at that moment, oh, wow, they thought about me, I heard somebody saying, but yeah, okay, thought that counts, but it should be a good gift though, but there's so many resources out there that you can actually say, what are the free gifts that I can give a partner? Listen, I'm going to come out clean. I wasn't the very best gift buyer.
I would never say
I
that
mean,
about you.
listen, no,
I would
look,
know.
I will own it. Okay, I will definitely own it. But I go online and just search and see what's out there. So yeah, gifts.
Okay.
Give the gifts.
All right. Well, are we ready to move to number three? Tip number three. The
Yes.
first tip is schedule romance. The second tip, my friends, is gifts are not just for Valentine's
Right.
Day. Here's your third tip. Are you ready? Show appreciation. So here's the thing about Valentine's Day, right? Is that we show appreciation for that person, even if you just got in a fight the day before. It's Valentine's Day, and so you feel compelled that I at least have to tell this person, I love you, I care about you. We affirm and we appreciate that person on Valentine's
Right.
Day.
Right.
Well, we all know that shouldn't be just reserved for Valentine's Day.
Yes. What about all the other days? You know what I mean? Like, cause okay, can I be real? If you only reserve it for Valentine's Day, it almost feels fake.
That's good.
Because now only
I
Valentine's
say?
Day you just appreciate me. What happens to the other
Well, that's
days?
why a lot of people don't like Valentine's Day because it feels manufactured and
Yes.
fake because that's the only time they get it.
Yes, yes.
But for us, Valentine's Day, it's cool. It's not like something we look forward to, like it's a big deal because
Right.
we really try our best to experience Valentine's Day every day.
Exactly.
And so for us,
Exactly.
Valentine's Day is a great day to celebrate your love, but it's not the only day.
No.
And so because we want to make this a relationship, this a habit.
Exactly, because you're supposed to feel special every single day, and not on just Valentine's Day, your birthday. I mean, that's extra special days. But we were talking just the other day, and we realized that, oh my goodness, Valentine's Day comes, and we'll buy each other something, but it's not, oh wow, it's Valentine's Day, oh my goodness. For us, it's like during the year, what keeps us motivated, what keeps us intimate, So it's I don't like it when people just go the extra mile for Valentine's. If you can save for Valentine's, you can save for every other day as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
show appreciation anyway. You can show appreciation anyway. Be
Well,
creative.
now let's get some tips, right? Because I got
Yes.
people at home looking right now thinking, okay, well, how do I do that? I'm not good with affirming and appreciating people. I don't know how to articulate it. So let's give some tips. So what are some ways that you can affirm and appreciate people? One way I'll give is you can do cards, right? You
Right.
can, fellas, I'll speak to the fellas again. Sometimes we're not good with articulating and using words to express.
Right.
You love her, like, oh, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. She knows I love her. Sometimes it's good to let her know. And
Yeah.
maybe you're too shy or you don't have the words. But what you can
Right.
do is write it down.
Right.
Right? Maybe you write down some notes.
Yeah.
Maybe you're creative and you want to make her something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're good with words and you want to write a poem. Whatever it is, but that's just one way. What are some other ways that you could think of to show appreciation and to affirm your
I
partner.
like the cards because my husband throws. Can I say that? No, I shouldn't say that. Okay, never
Let it
mind.
know.
I
No,
love
we keep it real.
cards.
You
Okay.
guys are family, so we're gonna keep it real. Yes, I
No,
throw away
I do.
cards. It's all
He
right. You know,
doesn't.
you're gonna throw me. It's all right.
So no, but that's real though.
Yeah.
It's we different. I love cards. I keep it. I have most of the cards, but because I know that is not something, I think of something different. You know what I mean? I'll send him a message. And yes, I do have a lot of words. Okay, but he knows that in my message I express my appreciation because it's good. Again, going back to where we as ladies think that men shouldn't hear these things, I believe men should hear these things. Men should hear how much you appreciate them or appreciate what they're doing for you. Men should feel good about themselves. You should build him up with your words instead of tearing him down. So not just on Valentine's Day, every single day. I'm telling you, my mom used to tell me ROI, return of investment. If you give that, guess what's gonna come back to you? It's just love. It's just he's gonna love you back. But it says in the Bible too, right?
Yeah, that is so true. And so, just make sure you find a way to affirm, make that person feel special.
Yes.
Let them know you love them. And there's different ways you can do that. You can do that with words. You can do that with gifts. You can do all types of
Right.
things.
Hugs.
But hugs. That's something that I could
I
be
love.
better on. That I'm still learning how to hug. Right, I didn't grow up in a huggy family, and that's something that a lot of, especially when you get married, you have to learn is how do we blend our culture. Denise comes
Right.
from a very lovey-dovey family,
In your face.
right? All up in
like
your face.
affectionate, yes.
Yes. I don't come from a family like that. Now we loved each other, but we weren't real
Right.
lovey-dovey and huggy, and my parents weren't like that. So what? So how do we build a culture? I mean, I believe that affection is good, and so I need to step it up in that area. But Denise
Right.
also had to be patient with me
Patient, yes.
as I learned those things.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, again, is that you guys when as you get to know each other and you know each other's backgrounds and where you're from and how you grew up and what you and understand that it's okay to show him, it's okay to tell him, and it's okay for me to say, hey, I need a hug today, or hey, I need a kiss. My husband knows I love kisses in front of my forehead, or just squeeze my hand a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I think we assume so much that our partners know what we want or what we have. I am usually vocal and you usually vocal, like how to show appreciation, because we don't know. We didn't grow up together. We didn't even grow up in the same country together.
No, not at all.
Let's just start there.
So some of
Okay,
you
so
are new to us. So let me say,
right.
if you notice my wife, if you're not a U.S. listener, she's from South Africa. I'm from America.
Right.
Right. And so, we had to learn each other's cultural differences. So if you want to learn more about us, let's take a quick break to say
Right.
this. We actually recorded a bonus episode, our very first episode ever. We actually just put out just audio. So we kind of dig into more about who we are, what our
Yes.
background is. So I would encourage you right now to make sure you go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anchor.fm/ShareHope Global. That's one of our podcasts. We also have anchor.fm /Hopeful Romantics. That's where
Yes.
you'll find this at.
Yes.
And so essentially, what you want to do is follow, subscribe, share with a friend. But in that
Yes.
very first episode, it's an awesome episode, but we also talk about our background and who we are. So if
Right.
you want to know more about us, make sure you listen to the first audio-only episode, but also like it, subscribe, check it
Yes,
out, right?
Check it out.
Share it
and
with a friend.
you guys will get to know us more, as we talk, because I think, as you keep having this discussion and have these talks, we'll share more about ourselves, and it's important to talk. It's important for couples out there. It's important to communicate. Don't just communicate on Valentine's and your likes and what you want and all of that. Communicate every day. I think what worked best for us is that we did date long distance, and so we had time, and we had all the time to communicate and talk. And so I did know, going back to what we're talking about, being showing appreciation, and how do we show appreciation, we could talk about it. This is what I like.
I agree.
This is what I like.
Sounds good to me.
And remember what your partner likes. Don't go in and post what you like on your partner. No, what they like.
All right. Well, let's get to number 4.
Yes.
We're almost at the end of this show. Number 4.
Fun, don't you think?
I'm having fun.
I love it.
All right.
Everybody can see your facial expressions too. I love it. I love it, family.
Yes,
Go
yes,
ahead.
yes. So, number four is this: make a big deal about your love, right? So let's go
Yes.
back. We're talking about how to make every day feel like Valentine's Day, how to make every week, every season feel like Valentine's Day. Well, we know with Valentine's Day, you make a big deal of it. You kind of go out of your way. Maybe normally you don't take her to your wife or your girlfriend to a fancy restaurant, but on Valentine's Day, you make sure you pull out the big bucks and you take her to the steakhouse, to the seafood place. Well, it shouldn't be reserved just for those days.
Yes.
Make a big deal of your love, or maybe you don't normally go all out with flowers to work. Make a big deal more than just
We
Valentine's
love
Day.
that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, no,
I
please share.
know.
Yeah, I mean, again, we have to make a big deal about your love all the time, not just on a
Absolutely.
holiday.
Yes, absolutely. No, you mentioned about the flowers at work. When I was in South Africa, DJ would send me flowers to my work. That for me was a big deal. Knowing that although he's across the country, he
Across the
thought of
world,
the
though,
across the world. Yes, across the
the
world.
whole world.
For real. But you made a big deal about our love, and for me, and I didn't doubt it. You have to make a big deal about your love. You have to show the person, like we said early on, appreciation. What would you say that people could do to make a big deal about their love?
Well, I think the number one thing is you have to believe it yourself.
Right.
Right? Because if you don't believe that your love is a big deal, it's hard to manufacture and to really show that. So,
Right.
do you truly believe that your relationship matters? Do you truly believe that this is the one for you, that you're going to make it work, that that person is worth you making a big deal of?
Right.
So, first, it starts with a heart check to say, I know I love this person and I need to show it. So, I think that's the first way, is that really being convicted in your heart that I'm going to make a big deal about this.
Right.
Now, how do you do it? I think there's a number of ways you can do it. You could do it by, again, doing things that you typically do on Valentine's Day, but do otherwise. So maybe I will get you cards and balloons and write a love letter, or maybe I'll do something I don't normally do. Maybe I'll surprise you and take you
Show
on a
me
trip,
off.
right? Show you off, girl.
Okay.
But
Like
again,
literally, show me off.
well, you make a good point. Like, tell my friends,
Yes,
like,
why hide me? Because especially, to the single ones that we're talking to now, that you're just dating or your fiance, whatever it is, people don't know that you're dating. Show me off. Make a big deal about me. You tell me in when we together how special and how awesome I am. Show me off. Show people
well,
how awesome I am.
Well,
So
I'm gonna. Sorry, fellas. I'm gonna have to tell some. I'm gonna have to tell some dirt on the fellas. I want you to look at me, ladies. If you dating a brother for a long time and he don't want to show you off to his friends,
yes, make a big deal about you.
it's time to run,
Go.
because he ain't serious, or he got some other options. So again, don't pressure that to happen,
No.
but just be mindful, right? We want you to be hopeful about romance. This is not about catching someone doing something bad.
No.
But again, the idea is that we want you to be hopeful about romantic, but also not dumb. And so if you putting all your heart and your time into the person, and they won't even introduce you to their friends, they won't make a big deal about your relationship.
Right.
It's time to maybe start with the talk, with some communication. Don't just go and say, "Well, I listened to a podcast and DJ told me."
I gotta go.
Don't do that, okay?
No.
But what we want you to do is maybe start to say, "Hey, this is something I value. I value me and you going out with your friends. Like, why have
Right.
we never done that before?"
Right.
And that person might have a valid, reason why.
Right.
But if they're like, "Oh, next time," and you go next time, it's next time and next time,
Right.
then it's maybe time to explore
Right.
the relationship and say, "Is this the right situation for me?"
No, I fully agree. And I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking also about married couples. Sometimes marriage can become so boring and just so one thing throughout the years.
This sounds
Find
like a very personal
creative
story.
ways.
First of all, you
No,
said so
no,
boring.
no. Okay, when I say that, or I say like we mentioned, we're so busy and we still, we have 3 kids and we go on and on and on and our life goes on. Making a big deal, we gotta pause sometimes
Yeah.
and make a big deal and be creative and not be boring. Marriage is not supposed to be boring. We married couples supposed to show single couples how awesome marriage can be, how beautiful, how fun it can be, because I believe that I see and I talk to so many people that don't think marriage is fun. So
Yeah.
when you're married, make sure you pause and make a big deal about your partner.
Yeah, that's true. And to your point, marriage may not always feel fun.
Right.
But these are good tips that will help bring the fun back, right? Because maybe you're going through a rough patch in your relationship or in your marriage. Well, making sure that you schedule romance, making sure that you give gifts throughout the year, making sure that you show appreciation and affirm that person,
Right.
and making a big deal, that will help bring some of that spark back in your relationship. So these are good tips. That's what keeps the romance alive. You know, Valentine's Day feels great,
Yeah.
but imagine feeling that way every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, we are almost at the end here.
Yes.
And so we want to get to the last tip. The last tip is this: be hopeful about romance.
Yes.
So Valentine's Day, and I love, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I love rom-coms, right? Well, I love romantic comedies, right? And so everyone is so hopeful that on
Yes.
Valentine's Day, someone's gonna, you know, there's gonna be a secret admirer, or there's gonna be someone that's gonna surprise them, or maybe your boyfriend is finally gonna pop the question.
Right.
Hope.
Yes.
How do you make your relationship, or maybe you're single and not in a relationship yet? Because everybody
Right.
listening, and please do not think that you have to be in a relationship to listen to this podcast or
No.
to this show.
No.
You don't have to be in a relationship. This is going to help you even in your process. If you're single, meaning you just need to be hopeful that one day I will find that person.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Right.
Stay hopeful.
And while you're waiting, date yourself. I feel like there's so many single people that think that they have to wait to love. You don't have to wait to love. Go out, take yourself out on a date. Can I tell you something? You're gonna miss that, okay? You have all the time to spend with yourself. Go out, take yourself to fancy restaurants. Take yourself out on fancy places, okay? Just take yourself. And enjoy that time alone, because once the husband and the kids come, you won't get that time back, but you'll appreciate it. So there's nothing wrong to go out on dates by yourself. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you not only can know how to love someone else, but you know how to love yourself, right?
Exactly.
You can't love someone else without first knowing how to love yourself.
Right.
So that's it for this first YouTube episode, the
Yeah.
Valentine's Day kickoff. I hope you enjoyed it, Denice. I know I enjoyed spending the time with you.
Yeah, I did.
This
Happy
Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well.
babe. I love you.
I love you too, boo. So that's our 5 tips. Remember, Valentine's Day is a great day. It's a good day to celebrate love, but we want you to be hopeful. We want you to be intentional about romance all the time.
Yes.
So, how do you find us? How do you stay subscribed? Real quick before we end this. Number 1, make sure that you subscribe to our podcast, okay? You're going to go to Apple. You're going to go to Spotify. Hopeful Romantics with DJ and Denice Bagwell. You put that in, you'll find us on all the platforms. Also on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page on Hopeful Romantics.
Yes.
Share it with a friend. Spread the good news if you love it. Make sure you push the like button, subscribe, 5 stars on Apple, do all those things.
We'd love to hear from you guys too. You know, so if you have any questions or anything, hit us up and we will answer those questions.
Leave it in the comments on YouTube, but also on anchor.fm/Hopeful Romantics. You can leave a listener voicemail and we may play you on the next episode.
Yes.
So, with that said, we love you guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
See you next time.
See you next time.